What's going on, everybody? Mr. TechBot here. Channel where, you know what, if I think it's cool, I'm going to check it out. Whether that be tech products, whether that be collectibles, whether that be mystery boxes, whatever I think is cool, I'm going to check out. I'm going to show you. I'm going to see if you guys think it's as cool as I do. We also do a lot of tech reviews on here, which is what we're doing today. For today's tech review, I have the Tuya APP Smart USB Wi-Fi outlet. I know, mouthful. Basically, what we're talking about here, and I've only opened this to take out the directions, so I could read this up a little bit before I did the review. But before I get too far into this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop for 1 second, let you know that if you like this channel anyway, it helps you out, hit that subscription button down below now. And after you hit that subscription button, go ahead and hit that bell, because that bell will allow you to get notifications on every time I put out new videos. So hit that subscription button, and also hit that like button, because if you like my videos, if this helps you, hit the like button. It tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job. Basically, I'm putting out good videos. So hit both and go from there. And throughout this whole thing, if you have questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll get it for you. All right, so back to the smart outlet. So first of all, it did come with, and it's really fuzzy, to be honest with you. I think it looked like it was on a printed paper. Mind you, I did find this on where I typically find a lot of my products I purchase, on Amazon. It retails for about $25.99. There's a lot of different ones out there. This one had some decent reviews, so I went ahead and went with it. But I'm not liking their description outlet. They have no... other than, I don't know if you've seen my other video I did, which I'll put a link to it down below. But I did another video about the smart switches from Treat Life, which was a great product. Strongly recommended. But theirs is detailed as far as wiring and everything concerned. Mind you, this is an outlet. If you know anything about any electrical work, it's an outlet. It's pretty self-explanatory for the most part. But again, before we get into this too far, I am going to do some install. I'm going to show you some of my installing and stuff like that. I'm not going to show you the actual wire work because I'm not a licensed electrician. I know electrical work in my other field of business, and so I am fully confident in doing this correctly. But if you are concerned about being electrical work, because mind you, this is electricity. This is something that's very serious. This is something that burned down your house if not done correctly. Get a licensed electrician and let them install it for you correctly. The programming of it later on you can do pretty easily, but as far as the installation and actually dealing with 120 volts, let that be to the professionals unless you are comfortable about it. So I will show you some things, just kind of like on my switch video, on how it's set up. Foremost, it tells you about where to find the app, how to program into the app. Really doesn't have any wiring diagrams at all. So I'm not impressed, and you kind of need a magnifying glass to read some of this. So not impressed with their instruction booklet. What else we got here? Yeah, I guess if kind of like the Treat Life one, we got a little note here. It says AA Smart, nice to meet you, and they've got a whole little thing on the back that tells you if you like their product. They're growing and they're getting better, and kind of like what I'm doing. Getting growing, getting better, making better videos. Has an email, has a cell phone. If you want to call them, ask them questions, concerns, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you. But let's get into. Whoa. Ah. Oh, I'm back. I don't know what happened to that plastic thing. Oh well, I'll have to find it later. not that big a deal. It's just a plastic holder, so I can put it in there right. But that was the screw. The screw just popped out. They're usually held on. I don't know if you can see. They're usually held on by this little plastic screw. But this is basically your outlet. Again, if you ever see normal outlet receptacles in the stores, the basic ones, they're going to be pretty thin. They're not going to have a lot. This has a lot more backing to it, a lot thicker. I mean, it's pretty simple. You got your hot, you got your white, which is typically your neutral, and that's it. I mean, it is an outlet. It's not rocket science. Again, I'll show you what I do. As I've done before, where the biggest thing with changing one of these out, make sure you got power off. Do not change out one of these with 120 volts on the line. So, but what's nice about this, let me give you some tech specs before we get into it. What's nice about this is again, retails for about $25.99. Has a 5-volt, 2.4 amp USB charger on it, which is kind of nice because that'll help you charge pretty quickly, which is kind of nice. Works with Amazon Alexa and Google Home. I have Amazon Alexa here, so that's what I'll be using it off of. If you have Google Home, again, it works there too. I've never used Google Home, so I don't have any information with that one. It has a 15 amp tamper resistant duplex receptacles. Now it's tamper resistant because I don't know if you can see, it's got these little coverings for the outlets, so that way it stops people from sticking things in there and electrocuting themselves. At least that's what the hope is. It has an input voltage of 125 volt amp hours, 60 hertz. It uses the Smart Life app to program the top receptacle. Now with this is, mind you, if you again watch my Treat Life app that also uses Smart Life app, same thing. So I've already got it programmed onto the phone. Recommend is to download the Smart Life app onto your phone first, so that way you already have it ready to go. Once we go through the programming of putting the top receptacle, because again with this, the bottom receptacle, it says it on the switch, I don't know if you can see it, but the bottom one is always on. That one you can't program. The top one you can program, but if you put the app on there first, we can get that programmed into the Smart Life app. Once that is then programmed into the Smart Life app, then give Alexa a routine to be able to talk to the Smart Life app, so that way you can put this top outlet into one of your devices, and then you can create a routine. You can create it to turn on and off, whatever you have this thing plugged into. It does have, what's nice for out here in Florida where I live, it has surge protection built into it. So we get a lot of lightning storms out here, like get really close. So you have to protect against surge protection. So that way you don't destroy your electronic equipment that you have connected to it, because the lightning storms will do quite a bit. So lastly, what I do like about this company is they do provide you a 2-year warranty by the manufacturer. So if you get this thing hooked up, it gets started working, it works great, and all of a sudden it stops, remember, email, phone number, right at the bottom. Contact them, and I'm sure you can work out, let them know what happened. They can either help you or maybe send you another product. But it does come with the warranty. There's one other thing in here. Faceplate screws. Comes with a little standard faceplate. All right. Well, we went over the basics. Went over the details. Let's go put it in. Now, the first thing I always check before I get into it, to make sure, which I know it does, we got power. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the breaker, and I'll go ahead and get this thing started wire up, and I'm not going to show you guys the actual wiring part. If you're unsure about the wiring, please get a licensed electrician and let them do that for you. because you do not want to mess with electricity. It is a dangerous thing if you are not comfortable with it. Other than that, let me get this thing wired up. I'll show you my afters, and I'll kind of tell you about how to program this thing, because it's super simple. All right? All right. Got this thing all wired up. Got my hot on, got my neutral, and even got my ground plugged in on the bottom. Pretty simple, super. Again, just always remember, before you touch those wires, make sure you've got no power. All right, let me get this thing on the wall, show you what it looks like when it's all powered up. All right, there you go. It's all up on the wall. Now let me just go put some power to it, and let's go get it connected into the Smart Life app. All right. All right. Well, now we got our outlet in. It's working. I checked all the plugs, make sure everything was working. We're good to go. Now, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to actually show you the step-by-step within the app, I'm still kind of building up, still kind of learning how to do everything with the whole YouTube stuff. So I'm not set up for that just yet, especially since I actually use my iPhone for my camera right now. As, you know, like, again, I'm starting to build everything up to where, you know, one of these times I can get one of the more fancy cameras. So basically, in the end, if you have questions, concerns, comments, put it in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with whatever it is you're needing. But as I told you before, make sure you have the Smart Life app downloaded onto your phone. Now, when you see that, the Smart Life ones, it must come from Japan or China or somewhere of that nature, because you'll see a lot of different, you know, Chinese or Japanese caricatures or whatever they call them on there. But it's easy. Once you have it set up and powered back on, you just hit the little plus button on the top right hand corner. It'll tell you to go ahead and push a button. Now, there is a little power, almost looks like a little power button on the plug itself, where you hold that down for about 5 seconds, and then you'll see the light in the middle start flashing. Once it starts flashing, you just press the button to confirm that the light is flashing, and the app will start looking for it right away. It takes about 30 seconds for the app to find it. It asks you to make sure what network you're still running, because it's got to find it on that network, or that Wi-Fi network. Once you have it, it finds it right away. It asks you what kind of grouping you want to put in. So I put it for the living room because that's where it's at. And then you can go in and change the name of the actual switch within Smart Life, because a lot of times it'll set it to like Chinese characters or something of that nature. You don't know what it is. So just go back in, change the description, you're good to go. Now, for those Amazon users out there that want to basically use your Alexa to control everything, once you have everything put into the Smart Life, make sure that first, when you go into Alexa, go to routine. Sorry, not routines. I'm going to backtrack. Go to skills and download the Smart Life skill. Okay, it's got to be able to see that first. So once you have that downloaded into there, you can go to your devices and put add device. Now, you can go through, and I think Tuya, Tuya, is on there as one of the options. I didn't use it because I like it to go and discover what's on the network. So I went and put other. When you put other, it'll just scan, you know, whatever's using the Wi-Fi, and it found the plug. It found the plug basically, and it used the description that I had put on Smart Life. So once it found it, you said go ahead and put it in your, you know, your network. I kind of have all my stuff set up between upstairs, downstairs, garage, and then you put it into, you know, a section, and you're done. You can go in there, you can turn it on and off from there. You can set routines if you want. I mean, for right now, we're not putting anything like a light or anything on that. I think the biggest thing why I wanted to start doing more of the smart stuff is mainly for the USB. Because I think I want to start changing out more of my outlets to have the USB plugs. As with this electronic age we're in, it's a lot smarter sometimes to have wall outlets that have USBs. A lot faster, less wires. They charge faster on the wall USBs. So it's just better. And I figured since we got smart ones, why not have one that has an ability to do something maybe later on down the line we do decide we want to put something on there, to where it can turn it on and off. So this is, for me, this is probably a preemptive smart device to be able to turn on and off. Now, I did test it by plugging in my iPad to the top one where I could hit the on and off button with my phone, and it does work. So again, just the top plug is programmable. The bottom one always has constant 24 volts, as well as the USB port itself. So really the only programmable controlled item is that top plug. So far, seems pretty good. I may try, just like the switches, I may try some other brands like Kaza, things like that may, to give you guys a variance and see, if there are differences between the different switches, the different plugs, and going from there. Do look for, and probably in the next month or so, I am going to be doing another switch review, because I have had some requests on this, and in the means of changing through my my outlets and my plugs and my switches, I have what's called a three-way switch, which means I can control the switch from upstairs or I can do it from downstairs. So I have had some requests to do a three-way switch. It can be very complicated, and I'm going to try to even set something up where whether I do a graphics or whether I just do a quick whiteboard to show you how it's supposed to operate. Again, still using the frame rate of, if you're not comfortable with electricity, get a licensed electrician. But that way you kind of know. So we'll I'm going to get that in the next couple weeks, and so be looking forward to that video in the next month or so, if not sooner. So we'll get that out to you. And I do have some other switches, some other brand switches that I'm going to be looking at changing up. So if there's any other items that you are on the fence about, that you're thinking about, I mean, there's other products that I'm thinking about looking at. But if there's anything, comment below on what products you're unsure about, you want to see more about. I'll go ahead and I'll try them out myself. If you want more information, you can either comment below. You can send me an email at mrtechbot127@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. As I said again in the beginning, if you like the channel, hit that like button. That way it allows, it tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job, and I'm making good product. Now, if you don't like the video, that's your prerogative. And, and if you hit that dislike button, all that does is that teaches me how to be a little bit better. If you don't like it, only thing I recommend, put some comments down below, because if I don't know what it is to correct, I can't correct it. Because I want to be able to try to put out some of the best videos I can for you guys. Now, as far as technology-wise, I'm limited a little bit, but we're getting there. We're building. So, those are some of the bigger high dollar items that we're getting to. I'm going with some of the smart stuff that people can do easily right now, and go from there. So again, if you like the video, hit the like button. Also, if you like the video and you want to see more of my videos, whether they be tech reviews or mystery boxes, sometime maybe within the next 3 or 4 months, we're going to start doing, my wife does a lot of buy and sell. We may start doing some more liquidation mystery unveilings. So keep an eye. The channel is evolving and building. So again, hit that subscribe button. Hit that after you hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell next to it, so that way you get notifications of when I put videos out, as I typically try to put out at least one video a week, so that way you guys can get new information. So there's a lot of stuff coming on down the horizon, a lot of plans of what we're going to do. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, get notifications. Now I'm still working on some of my little whatever catchphrase I'm using, whether it be a mystery box, whether it be a tech review, but I'm going to stick with my tech review one that I've done this whole time. So as always, comment down below and let me know what it is that you like to tech. Have a good one, guys.